Good morning. It's Friday, October 17th. And, when a person dies, of course, we're very sad because we are now separated from them. And we mourn and we grieve. And sometimes even special days. It doesn't end right there, does it? We go the next year and we think of the day they were born, the day they died. We kind of almost honor those days, and we think of that person all over again, and sometimes the sadness comes back. Well, that's all understandable, but even death can bring glory to God, because if we would understand that Jesus is the resurrection and life, we would understand rising from the dead. Now, what exactly is resurrection? Well, it's restoring a dead person to life, or being restored to life. It can be also the revitalization or revival of something like a country or love or a family or whatever. But in Hebrew, there's another word, anastasis, I believe it's called, means coming back to life after death, or rebirth, revival, or to stand up and rise up, specifically referring to the resurrection of the dead in traditional Jewish mythology, which I found very interesting because the Jewish people do not believe in Jesus, but they have a word for rising from the dead. So, Jesus says, "Most assuredly, I say to you, if anyone keeps my word, he shall never see death." Can you imagine never seeing death? Well, our friends have died, right? Our loved ones have died. But he is saying they've never seen death. Well, if you go into the book of John, and it talks about Lazarus, his friend who died. And everybody wanted Jesus to go back there and save him and keep him alive. But Jesus didn't do that. And so after about 4 days, he said to his disciples, we need to go back to Judea. And they said, well, that's where people wanted to stone you. And he said, yeah, but our friend Lazarus is sleeping and I need to wake him up. So that kind of tells you a little bit about what death is too, because he's saying sleeping. Okay, so then when he got back there, and Mary and Martha, Lazarus' sisters, were very upset, and they said, if you had been here, he wouldn't have died. See, now that's a pretty, I would think that would be a normal assumption, because Jesus was the healer. That's what they knew, that he could heal anything. He could help anyone to be restored back, no matter how bad shape they were in. But Jesus wasn't there, so they think it's too late. And Jesus said to Martha, your brother will rise again. Well, she said to him, I know that he'll rise again in the resurrection of the last day. See, they've heard about that. That's kind of like the rapture. They heard that, yes, we're going to rise again. But Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he may die, he shall live. And whoever lives and believes in me shall never die. And so, he's trying to explain to them. And so then the other one come out, and the other sister, and she's upset, and he says, well, show me where you've laid him. And so they went over there, and he said, remove the stone from the tomb. And she said, well, Lord, he's been dead for 4 days. There's probably a kind of a stench. And he says, did I not say to you that if you believe, you would see the glory of God? And then he prays a prayer to God first, his Father. And then he says, Lazarus, come forth. And Lazarus came out after 4 days of being dead, wrapped in all the linen and all the cloths that they wrap dead people. They wrapped dead people in back then, and he was alive. And that teaches us Jesus, he didn't say there is a resurrection. He said, I am the resurrection. And if you believe in him, you won't die. You will be, as he says, sleeping. And then, not in the way that we think, not in our human sleeping form, but sleeping as in the way Jesus means. We are resting, we are sleeping until we will rise again, until he chooses the time. Or God chooses a time when we can rise again from the dead, and also the living will rise then too. So let's say a little prayer about that. Dear Lord, I thank you for this day. I thank you for those who have come to this table to seek you, Lord, and to learn your words and to try to understand the complexity and simpleness of everything that you've said. Lord, thank you for telling us you are the resurrection. Lord, thank you for letting us understand that those who believe in you, for those who believe in you, there is no death. They are sleeping. And if they believe in you, they will rise again. They will rise, Lord. There will be a rebirth, a revival of everything when you finish with this earth and finish with the judgments and all the things that are yet to happen, Lord. And then we will rise and we will be with you. Lord, I just thank you that you gave us this understanding. Let us not dwell on the days that the person has died, or even the days that they have been born. Let us think, Lord, of the fact that they are with you and sleeping and waiting to rise again, Lord. Let us remember always you first. And if we know you, we will be at peace on earth, and we will know where our home is to be forever. In your name I ask you to hear my prayer. So you have a great day and a great weekend, and God bless you.